I know you too love Century 21, but it started in my neighborhood in Brooklyn, 86th Street. Maybe it didn't start there. Maybe it did start where it's going to reopen. I'm not sure. It's been a staple in New York City, regardless, since the early 1960s. It was the place to get designer clothes at a great price.
Now, when it filed for bankruptcy in 2020 and closed, New Yorkers were shocked. They were also sad. But back from the brink, Century 21 lives. It has returned to Lower Manhattan. So, of course, that is where you'll find our Christal Young. She may be celebrating for all the designer discounts she's probably seen this morning. Christal, how's it look?
It looks absolutely amazing. I heard you guys earlier talking about being blinded by the light. Well, I am blinded by the bargains, but in the best possible way. I mean, this is excitement like jazz hands, excitement like complete jubilation. Now, this store came back to the original Flagship location, 22 Cortlandt Street, right by the World Trade. I mean, that almost never happens, and everything you'd expect is here again. Of course, great shoes, all the bargains that you know and love, like Moschino and YSL. It's all back here. The store is structured just a little differently. If you used to come in through the Cortlandt Street entrance, you saw makeup and beauty, and now the bargains hit you at the front door. So if you come in, you will find that it is the Century 21 that you mourned, that you loved, that you lost, and that is back, because we love a comeback. Now, earlier I spoke to Chris Bonanos, who is the city editor at New York Magazine. We spoke about it when it left. We were both sad, and now we are both extremely happy. Take a listen.
How often do you hear about a business in New York that shuts down completely and then reappears in the same spot? It just doesn't happen. Especially in this era when retail is so fragile, restaurants are so fragile, Amazon is clobbering everything. To be a stylish person in New York, when you're already paying so much money for everything else, housing and transit and all the rest of it, is theoretically beyond the reach of a whole lot of people. But it turns out that when you move to New York, what you start to do is figure out the places where you can cheat a little bit. Century 21 was really where you'd go to get a Prada suit for 20% of what it would have cost at Prada a few months earlier, or something like that. Some, you know, the really good stuff at a really deep discount. I would say it is welcome. I would say it is exciting, and I would say that it is absolutely where I am going to find myself before the end of next week.
Well, I might actually be at the register right in front or behind Chris, because this is definitely going to be the place to be. Now, let me introduce my live guest. It is Eddie Gindy. His dad started this place in the early 1960s. Please tell me, how excited are you that it is back, and how the heck did this happen? That's what everyone wants to know, but in a sweet way. How did it happen?
First of all, it's the most exciting day that we've had, and I don't remember feeling this invigorated before. It's just incredible. The response, it was overwhelming. And the truth of it is, Christal, is that we had to open up. We had no choice. People wanted us to open up. We've got tons of emails and texts and phone calls and requests everywhere I walk. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? Yeah. And finally, today is the day. How did we do it? Perseverance. Okay. We never give up. Right. We've been through this before, you know, going back to 9/11. Yeah. Now we're coming through COVID, and whatever happened to us, it happened, but we looked forward, because we're in the DNA of New York City. Right. So really we had no choice, and that's why we're here today.
Gotcha. Real New Yorkers sticking through no matter what happens. Now, everyone wants to know, are the other locations opening? I live near the Rego Park one, and I got to tell you, I would just take my check from Fox and throw it up in the air like Mary Tyler Moore's hat, because on a rainy Saturday or Sunday, that's where you would find me spending money that I do not have. Right. So everyone wants to know, is Brooklyn coming back? You know, what can we expect?
Right now we're focusing here.
Okay.
This was a major accomplishment for us. We got to settle in here, see what happens, and then in the future we'll decide. But if you need to have a Century 21 fix, just get on that train and come right here. The subways are great. It's fast, and you could be here in no time.
Okay, you are absolutely right. The R train comes right here. I could literally stumble in. So now there's going to be a ribbon cutting.
An Uber and bring you here, no problem.
Oh, well, then you know I'm coming. So there's going to be a ribbon cutting in a few minutes. All these people here are waiting. I hear the mayor is going to be here.
Yes,
I mean, celebrating in a big way.
Yes, he is. We're so happy to have the mayor. He's a great mayor. He loves business. He wanted us to come and open up. His team was so cooperative with us, and we couldn't have done it without him.
Absolutely. And he's a stylish mayor, so you know.
Sure is, yeah.
I bet he'll be looking around after the ribbon cutting. Okay, well, we're going to be here all morning. I'll be back in the 9 o'clock. We'll get the ribbon cutting, and we will talk to some more peeps. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to send it back inside to you, Rosanna and Bianca, where we're happy.
I know. Crystal, wait, could you ask Eddie what store opened first, the 86th Street store or that store?
Guess what? I know that answer. 86th Street. That is the original.
That's right.
But this was always considered the flagship. So you were correct. When I heard you earlier, I was shaking my head. Rosanna is right. Rosanna is right. But you heard Eddie. If you want the bargains, come down to this one.
Yeah.
We'll see about the other stores later.
And could you remind the boss about Rosanna's right every now and then? It's just good. Thanks so much, Crystal. All right, coming up.